My name is Ashley, and I am part of the City Chic Collective. I am so excited to be interviewing for the very first time our friend, our model, our content creator, Sarah Hamel-Smith, who is right here along with me wearing a beautiful Avenue dress. Sarah, aka the Curvy Trini, is a New York-based TEDx presenter, a plus-size model, storyteller, digital influencer represented by True Model Management. And she, after being body shamed for many, many years, decided to be one of the people who changes the way that beauty is defined in this society. Now, that is incredibly powerful. Sarah has graced the runways in New York, London, Paris for Fashion Week, and we will be specifically talking about her experience with London Fashion Week during this interview. She has worked for several major fashion brands across the board. She has presented at NYU on subject matters in influencer marketing and at FIT with plus size fashion. And she has been featured on CBS News talking about the dangers of diet culture. She's been on Good Morning America. She has an incredible resume. Everyone, this is Sarah Hamel-Smith. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for having me. It's so wonderful to be a part of this, and I'm really excited to share my story and to connect with everybody out there.
Yay, I love that. So I know people are going to ask, they're going to say, okay, where's the accent from?
So
So
I'm originally from a little island in the Caribbean called Trinidad and Tobago.
amazing. And when did you come to the States?
I moved to the States about 5 years ago to work as a model. And prior to that, I used to work in public relations at an oil company in Trinidad. So quite a crazy transition from oil and gas communications to New York fashion.
That's a big jump. Oh my goodness. And you are currently located in Brooklyn, New York,
Yes, currently live in Brooklyn, New York.
and you live there with your husband and your sweet pup Lola,
My
correct?
sweet pup Lola, and right now I'm babysitting my friend's crazy Frenchie. So apologies in advance for her muttering and chirping and spurring. I'm going to try and keep her under control.
No worries. We love the doggy noises. It's our favorite thing. Okay, so you've been a plus model for, you said 5 years ago you moved?
Yes,
Okay, and what size are you?
I am a size 18W. But every brand has their different sizing scheme. But with City Chic, I'm the size M18.
Okay, amazing, amazing. And you have worked with us for like years now. You're one of my
Long
favorites.
time. Oh, you all are one of
You
my
make
favorites.
you make the best content. It's always so creative, so clean. The photos are always so beautiful. You know how to style things, and yeah, you just do such a great job. So let's get into what you just got to experience. You just walked London Fashion Week as a plus size model. How did that happen? Tell us about your experience. What was it like? Give us all the details.
It's honestly quite incredible. I was invited to work for Renee Cafaro Atelier. She is one of the only brands that are doing fully plus sized hot couture for runway. So she showed in Paris in the spring, and then we just got back from London in the fall, which was just like maybe like a week and a half ago. And again, we were the only fully plus sized line to show at Fashion Week. Generally, you'll have a couple plus size models in the mix, never enough diversity on the runway. But it was really special because we were a fully plus size, a full cast of plus size models, all ages, all shapes, all sizes. So it was really, really powerful and really special. And her collection was about the love parade. So it was like very like cool, funky, bright colors, a lot of like uh festival kind of wear, and it was very playful, a lot of different textures. So it's really, I think, really cool and important to see not only plus size women on the runway, but also to see us represented in a way that is real fashion. And that's something I also love about City Chic and the City Chic Collective. You all are one of my favorite brands to work with because there's so much diversity in your offerings. And it's things that are elegant, it's things that are sexy, it's things that are cool, playful, trendy. There's not just this kind of boring option. And that's something that I love about City Chic is the variety of what's offered and also the quality.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I did not pay her to say that, everyone.
No, this is really how I feel. Most of my clothes are like I always wear City Chic just in my everyday life. And
Yeah.
I like that the brand offers things that are woven that aren't only just knits, you know.
Mhm.
The fit is great. Love City Chic.
Well, thank you. Most of my wardrobe is also city chic, like this top, which I love.
Gorgeous.
Thank you for all of those kind words. That's very sweet of you to say. Thank you. So going back to London Fashion Week, what would you say was the most challenging thing, if there was something that was challenging about walking as a plus model?
So something crazy happened when I went onto the runway.
Oh,
Something totally unexpected. I got all ready, we got all lined up, everything was going super smoothly. And midway through my walk, the music stopped.
what?
And in that moment, I had to make a decision. Uh, and I just kept walking. And the what was it ended up turning out to be something really cool. The designer had a couple friends and family in the audience, and they said that they thought that it was purposeful because I kept my face so like just kept moving. And I did one pose and then I did the second pose, and I was wearing this like long kind of like vest coat thing, very long, and I just kind of like did the final like turn, and I like sashayed it at the end of the runway. And at that exact moment, the DJ went like wiki wiki, and then I spun around and it was so perfect, the timing. And then the music came back on, and it went like it was a challenge at first because I've never experienced that before on the runway. And nobody ever wants something like that to happen. But I felt really proud at the end because the designer was really pleased. She said she was thankful that it was me who's a more experienced model, that I was able to handle a situation like that and like not flinch. So yeah, so that was a challenge that happened. It
Wow.
was kind of crazy, but it ended up being pretty cool.
That is incredible. I feel like a lot of people would probably, have a look on their face like deer in headlights, like what's going on. But the fact that you like stayed in character, stayed strutting your stuff, and then it ended up being like so amazing when the music did come back on, that is incredible. Congratulations. That is like,
Thank
that would
you.
be hard to do. I mean, wow. What a great story to have. Great
Yeah, it
story.
was a challenge, but then it ended up being
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Because my next question was, what was the most exciting thing about walking the show? I mean, that sounds like pretty exciting the way that that turned out, but anything else?
I think it was just really exciting for me to be part of something that feels a lot bigger than me. I think that almost every single human being on this planet has felt insecure at one point or another about their bodies, about the way that they look. And it just felt like I set out this goal so many years ago that I wanted to be a part of the change. I wanted to serve and be a part of the change in the way that people's bodies are viewed, and in the change in the fashion industry. And um it just felt like a real kind of a full circle moment for me. um it just felt like a real wow, like we're doing it kind of feeling. And I felt really, really proud to be a part of that change. Um, growing up, I experienced so much body shaming, and I struggled with eating disorders, and I felt really bad about myself. And being a part of an entire cast of plus size women at London Fashion Week, like the real deal, it just was so exciting and powerful to actually be a part of and actually have the opportunity and the platform to be a part of the change.
That's amazing. Like I'm feeling like I'm gonna get teared up because it is so
Yeah.
powerful. And
Yeah.
eventually, like that is our goal here at the City Chic Collective, because we are just a plus size brand. We would love to be able to put on shows like that and represent women of all shapes and sizes, because not enough companies do it, and it is so
No.
powerful. And us as plus
And
women, like, we deserve those opportunities, and we deserve to showcase these gorgeous pieces of clothes that we get to wear too.
and
And,
fashion, it's so important. People might be like, "Oh, why is fashion important? Why is fashion important?" It is literally the way that you present yourself to the world. It is the way that people view you and the way that you view yourself.
it's a
And
game changer.
it's so important. And yeah, it's wonderful the work that brands like yourself are doing. Brands like City Chic, brands like the designer that I worked with. It's just so it's healing in a way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone ever asks me like, "Well, what's the big deal about fashion?" Like, the biggest, or the best example I can get, like, if you ever, like, go out with your friends and if you're wearing an outfit that you feel just uncomfortable in or you don't feel confident, like, that is going to affect your time versus if you were wearing something that you felt really good in, you felt sexy, you felt confident, you are gonna have a blast and you are not gonna have to be thinking about your insecurities or your body or, "Oh my gosh, do I look this way or this way?" And so I think that clothes can be completely
They are.
transformative.
They really are. I have a story, if it's okay to share,
Yeah.
that made me think of something. When I was young and just out of high school, I got a job working at my dad's office, and there was nothing that would fit me. No clothes. Everything that I got just was really like ill fitting. And I ended up just squeezing into this like button down long sleeve shirt. And the buttons were puckering and I looked really untidy. And like I overheard my dad telling one of his coworkers that he was embarrassed of the way that I looked. And that was something that like that was like a pivotal turning point in my life where I was just like, clothes really matter. Clothes really matter. In a professional setting, you need to be able, whatever body you're in, to be able to present your outside in a way that reflects who you are on the inside. I'm a very hardworking person. I'm an honest person, and like in that circumstance, I felt so ashamed of myself, and I felt so ugly. And it's funny that we're talking about the button down shirt because I just got this gorgeous tunic from you guys, a white button down tunic, and I know it's gonna fit me great. And yeah, clothes matter.
Those definitely matter. I'm so sorry that that happened to you. But it can definitely, if you are wearing the wrong thing, it can give people this outwardly impression of who you are as a person when you could be the complete opposite. Complete
Exactly.
opposite. So,
And it's embarrassing and dehumanizing to not have access to proper clothes.
mhm. Yes. Well, I hope that more and more brands that are plus size are continuing to like showcase, like, hey, we deserve to be at London, New York, Paris Fashion Week because it is
Absolutely.
important. Representation is very, very important. So, talking about representation, I mean, obviously, this was a complete plus size show. Did you see a lot of other, like, what was the representation in the audience? Was it mostly plus that attended the show?
No, actually, what was interesting, it was a wide variety of different shapes and sizes, and it was a collective show. So there were other designers there that were straight sized. They had one other plus size designer. Well, she had plus size girls on her runway, plus size people on her runway. But it was a really lovely group of human beings. The other models, the straight size models, were so friendly and warm. I really felt welcome in London.
Oh my
And that was really special. I didn't feel like they were like, why are you here? I
yeah,
felt very like warmly welcomed by London.
that's amazing. It sounds like they're doing it right over there.
Yes,
Maybe
definitely.
New
They're
York, or,
definitely,
us over here, we need to take a tip or 2. Seriously.
yeah, they did it right in London. It
That's
was a really
awesome.
beautiful experience.
I'm so glad to hear that. So, what kind of trends were you seeing on the runway this time of year?
So actually what I saw, which was really interesting, they had a lot of like sheer flowy things and a lot of girls with no bras on underneath. So it
Oh,
was like this kind of like oh god, what's the place, the fancy place, not the Maldives, where all the people go for yacht week.
Turks and Caicos? I don't know.
I don't know, there's like, I'm gonna sound ridiculous saying this because
Uh,
I don't know it
Bora
offhand and
Bora?
I should. Monaco, which
Okay.
is like, there was a lot of like that kind of thing where you would like see a girl in Monaco in this like gorgeous like share kind of thing with like no bra, very sexy,
So
very
kind
kind
of
of
like, are we
crazy.
talking like island chic?
Maybe, yeah, maybe that was one designer definitely. And then there were like other designers with like a lot of bright colors. And um they had one designer that they were kind of in like kaftan things with no shoes. So it was like a very fun collective of people showing.
Okay, okay. Was there a favorite kind of outfit that you saw, or was there something that you were like,
I
"Oh, yes, I
I
want that"?
really liked the things that our designer did.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I love
Oh,
that. That's a good
I
answer. That's a
I
good
love
answer.
the things were so like super high quality, like very fashion, things that you could actually wear too, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah. 'Cause
I
sometimes
know
you
that's kind of biased, but
no, it's okay. It's funny because like, sometimes you'll see something on the runway and you're like, "How on earth would I wear that in my real life?"
right? It
But
gets
it's
very practical.
yeah, so it sounds I mean, it's good that, you see styles that you're like, "Oh my gosh, I could wear that here, here, and here," you know? That sounds relatable, and that's what we like. We like things that are relatable. So, is there anything I know this is kind of a broad question, but is there anything specific that you are taking away? Because 'cause you've done New York Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week. Is there anything that you're taking away from this past experience at London Fashion Week?
Like anything special about London specifically, or just about
Yeah,
like the
like,
industry in
did
general?
were there any experiences that maybe changed your idea of the business or fashion or the plus industry or anything like that? Like, what are you taking away from this past experience?
It's changing.
It's
The
changing?
world's changing. And the beautiful thing is, or the interesting thing about life is like you don't realize how much something has changed until it changes. I know that sounds kind of strange, but it's just been like very incremental, very little things happening over time. And at first it shocks you, and then after a while you get used to it. The industry's changing. And
That's
I do think compared to 10, 15 years ago, it's so much more inclusive than it's ever been before. And it's so hopeful, even though we need more. We always need more. We always need more diversity being showcased, always.
mhm,
Um, but you have to also remember that 10, 15 years ago, this was unheard of. A
absolutely
fat model on the runway, a plus size model on the runway. You mad what? That would not happen. That would
no,
not happen. I mean, actually, it would not happen, right?
it wouldn't have happened. Absolutely not.
And definitely not at this level of the game.
Right.
You know, people might have their own little private things, but like this is at like the international level.
Yeah,
And it's just hope. Hope is the message of of today for me, is that it's happening.
that's amazing. Yes, and even like 10, 15 years ago, if there was a plus model, it would be like a size 8. That's
Right.
not
And it would be
that's
scandalous.
yeah, no. That would not fly today. And,
No.
we're seeing 18s. Let's get even like 20, 22, 24 up on the
One
runway.
of the models, she's a size 24, one of the models that was on the team, and she's so beautiful.
Ugh, I love that. And I mean, I feel like anyone watching or anyone who sees that show, can you imagine being like a younger woman or a young girl seeing that and being like, wow, like if she can do that, I can do that. That means my
Absolutely.
body is worthy, and I didn't have that growing up. I'm sure you didn't have that growing up in Trinidad. And
Not at all.
I'm just so happy for you because you are being part of the change. And your dream of what you wanted to do when you moved here is coming true. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, what would be your advice to someone who's struggling with their confidence and their body image?
Let the old stories go. Let go of those old stories about what you should be, what you, all of those shoulds, and just be who you are. You know, we have these things that we fight ourselves with, and we spend so much time hating ourselves, and we're all just walking towards the end, right?
Mm.
And it's such a waste. Don't waste any more time shaming yourself, punishing yourself. Be kind to your body, be kind to yourself, wear fabulous clothes, eat the chocolate, love your partner,
Yeah.
and that's from a bigger perspective, like this is life that we are all living. And every day should be, as cheesy as it sounds, like we should be celebrating each moment. And we're lucky that we're living in a time that they have companies like City Chic that have like beautiful clothes that you can really showcase who you are. Don't waste any more time hurting yourself.
Not me over here, like, getting all watery-eyed. That
Yeah,
was such a beautiful answer. Thank you so much for sharing that.
you're
Wow,
so
I couldn't
welcome.
have put it in any better words than that. Oh my goodness. You're gonna move mountains, sister, because got a lot of, like, incredible knowledge up here, and, it
Thank
needs to
you.
be shared. So,
Thank you. That's all I really want to do is help others suffer less because I suffered so much, and I wish that I had someone telling me something different from what the culture was saying. And it took a really, really long time for me to get to this place, and I really just want to serve and help others to get to this place too.
Well, it sounds like you're doing it. And you're doing a fantastic job and looking good while doing it. Let's
Exactly. Oh, thank you.
So my last question is a little fun. What are some of your favorite styles that you have received or you've worn from City Chic or Avenue?
So I have this dress. Um, You'll have it in several different colors and different patterns, and I wear it all the time. It's the last dress that I just posted on my page. It has like a button down front and kind of like a loose flowy A-line. I love the fabric because it doesn't wrinkle. It's
Yes.
wrinkle free. I
We will
wish I could
post that,
remember
by
the
the way.
name.
We will attach that to this blog. We'll attach that because it's blue, right?
It's blue, but you have it. I personally have it in like 4 different colors. The
Yeah.
silhouette, the body's the same,
Yep. I have
and
it in
the
two
fabric
different ones.
changes. It's
Yeah.
just like I put it on, I feel ultra feminine, I feel really gorgeous. It's easy to pack when I'm traveling because it doesn't get wrinkly.
Yep.
Like that is just like a solid. I also love your coats. I just got this beautiful zip up kind of street style so it looks like a fancy coat, and on the inside is this soft, buttery hoodie material. And
Ooh.
it's honestly just a phenomenal piece of clothing because it's like you look all like edgy and cool, and you're like secretly soft
Yes.
and warm and comfortable. And I absolutely love it. It's a really brilliant piece of clothing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll have to tag that style as well.
So
Now I need to go and find out what that is because it's
yeah,
getting cold over here in Minnesota.
it's honestly like it's a really cool piece. And I also love your formal wear. It's really, really hard to find elegant formal wear in the plus industry.
Mhm.
And City Chic has the collective has such a wide variety
Yes.
of gorgeous. Like you have a wedding, you have a fancy party.
Yeah.
There's something there. There's something there for you, and I
I mean,
love, love, love that.
we have dressed people for the red carpet before.
I'm sure I can see it because the products are beautiful. The quality is phenomenal.
Amazing. Well, thank
And
you for
it's a
that.
good price point. It's a
Yes.
good price point. You know, not everybody can afford to spend $2,000 on a dress.
Yeah, no,
And
not this girl.
I can't, maybe one day, not today.
Not
But
today.
it's so great that like, a relatively affordable price point, you can get these stunning dresses at such a wide variety of sizes.
Absolutely. Do you wanna be in our next commercial?
I mean,
Just
call my
kidding. We don't do
agent.
commercials, but if we did, I'm hiring you.
Call my agent. I'm
Oh my
down.
god. Sarah, thank you so much for joining me for this little chat today. Congratulations on London Fashion Week. I mean, your photos that I've seen online are just stunning and impeccable and just like breathtaking. Where can people find you? If they want to
Oh,
follow you, where can they come find you?
you can definitely find me on Instagram at the Curvy Trini. That's
Yes.
where you can find me.
Yes.
Right there on Instagram. That's the best spot.
And she's all over our pages too. So City Chic Avenue, just scroll through, you're bound to find her, and then you can find her account from there. But yeah, definitely give Sarah a follow. You have just such inspiring content. Sarah, I mean, like I said before, she's a storyteller, she's a writer. And so her captions are just they're just so insightful and I love them. So thank you so much for joining me. You have been a delight as always. And it was so good to see your face. And yeah, just congratulations on everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Ashley. And thanks to everybody out there for tuning in.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.